Hey Corey, top of the morning to you. Although, see, the whole thing about referring to time in these videos is rather weird, but that's a different video. Uh, it's morning for me, and I'm drinking my coffee, which was grown for me in a foreign land for a really good price. And sure, there was a markup at the store around the corner where I bought it, but I'm grateful that so many people uh, gave their time. Well, I guess they didn't give it. I'm paying for it, and they're kind of being screwed by this whole capitalist game of switching markets in order to mark up prices with the middlemen and everything. But it's really a gift because they don't have to do it. Um, they'd feel guilty if they didn't, but I feel guilty that they are. It's a tangled web of karmic indebtedness, which is all to say that I've always agreed with your perspective, Corey, and I like the subtle tension that our perspectives seem to um, produce. Because I do agree with so much, and yet I guess when it comes to spirituality and religion, I'm less inclined to take sort of Becker's route in suggesting that all religion is um, a reaction or repression, a reaction against death or a repression of death. Certainly, death and the fact of death, of our mortality, has a lot to do with why human beings would become religious. But I think there's more than that. Um, I think religion has much to do with life as well, and with the sheer fact of existence. This sort of ontological question: why is there anything at all? And for me, it's not so much trying to figure out what God is or what God is like or all that. I mean, those are interesting theological discussions to have, but it's more that God is or that Spirit is. Um, I'm unable to account for that which is, but through some sort of religious narrative, and it's certainly a narrative. It's a mythos. It's a story because so is everything else we tell ourselves, whether it be labeled scientific or theological or literary. We're telling stories to each other. The story I tell about myself is, first of all, an ability that I have because of the culture gifted to me, the language that my culture has gifted to me. But beyond that, there are other characters in my story which reflect back to me, which mirror to me my own personality, my own traits and characteristics. And without others to share in my story, there's really nothing for me to tell. No one to see me on stage. I need an audience. I need someone to hear me. And, that's probably what drew me to this medium originally, where I wasn't in school. I didn't really have many other intellectual ears to listen to what I had to share, and so I started broadcasting far and wide in order to reach those ears. More recently this summer, I've been well, not really intentionally taking a break from this medium, but sort of exploring a different world. Not It wasn't even intellectual. I don't think I read more than, well, I did read a lot on airplanes, but I didn't read very much this summer. I wrote a little bit, I guess. But for my normal standards, I pretty much was out of my mind and in the sort of life world with others. Didn't have my own room, I was staying in hostels and um, in a very intersocial uh, matrix. intersubjective matrix, and sort of in losing my privacy gained a new identity. It's very interesting for me now to reflect back on all of that now that I'm back in my room. And well, it's a bit of a mess, as you can see. I haven't even unpacked my books, uh, and so while my home life here is a bit chaotic, somehow all this travel and being amongst others, and not just others, but foreign others and different languages, somehow it really brought me back to my own center, and I, discovered um, a deeper part of myself. And so it's interesting how that dialectic between self and other works. And even having gone to this art festival, I suppose you could call it, or this cultural project even called Burning Man this past week, um, to see this interplay between individuality, where you can, and you are encouraged and supported in self-expression in whatever way you feel fit, but at the same time there was a really sheltering sense of community, of being held. It's a gift economy. There's no money there, um, so you seem to get the best of both worlds. Um, Tremendous individuality right alongside powerful sense of community, and no one there stood alone. And I'm finding that the more I give myself to others, uh, the more I find myself. It's fascinating how it works. So yeah, a bit of personal reflection, a bit of philosophical um, reflection. Take it for what you will. And as always, thanks for your videos, Corey. Um, I'm glad to have spotted one of your videos to respond to jump back into the fray here on YouTube, and hopefully I'll have more videos in the remainder of this week and this weekend. I have a lot to share. So yeah, thanks for listening. Take it easy.